What I'm going to do here in next 10 minutes is touching certain basics of HR issues based on the experiences that I have of working with several SMEs. And I can also say that I have my own SME, so the kind of challenges which I face in my organization. So this is just a collection of thoughts based on all those experiences. And the three issues which we are going to talk, the people, the critical driver for MSME's growth, all of us are aware about that. The kind of approach that we need to take and how do we tackle those people issues. When we talk of people as critical driver, someone just mentioned in the previous session that we have about 70 million workforce, constituting about 90% of organized workforce that are employed in MSMEs. And when CII Deloitte survey was conducted in 2008, amongst several other parameters of business, attracting and retaining talent got the highest priority area rating. As many as 41% of the respondents said. That speaks of the importance of this subject for every small and medium-scale enterprise. MSME has also become a favorite poaching ground for several large organizations and MNCs, especially for skilled manpower. And therefore, again, this has now become a critical driver. There are multiple generations of ownerships involved in MSMEs, and whenever there are conflicts of thoughts, one of the most common areas of conflicting thoughts between generations of ownership in MSMEs is the way we treat people. And there are different aspects and which generate a lot of debate within the family. Interestingly, one another survey conducted by Sumit suggested that 100% SME owners, they do believe that people are our key resources. So there is a strong belief for talent philosophy. They may lack talent systems. So considering this background of people issues, when we look at the kind of approach that we need to adopt, first of all, don't use prescriptions for handling HR. Somebody comes and tells us that this is what you do, your problem will be solved. I don't think HR, there is a scope for prescriptions. Some of the modern HR practices may be success for someone, but may not be success for, or may not give us any success path. Don't treat just symptoms, treat origin. Most of the time we think that, okay, this fellow is not happy, give him some more money and he will be happy. Those things do not really work in long run. Be ready to experiment and re-experiment and re-experiment and re-experiment. As I said, there is no prescription. Therefore, just to expect that with one option we will get results, I think it may not work. And that's where we need to really look at different experiments. Again, not too quick and not too slow. Have a particular pace of those experimentation. Do a lot of investment in self-learning. Please understand past successes are no guarantee for future. And therefore, keep on investing in one's own self. I am aware of a lot of such efforts being put in. A group of entrepreneurs, let's say in Surat, there are about 18 of them undergoing right now at this stage a strong intervention for developing their leadership capabilities, and they are ranging from managing diamond companies to textile units. So there is an increased awareness, and I think the trend should continue. People must invest in the self-learning. Please understand the solution for people issues are long-term. There are no quick fixes. I have had several such interactions with people. एक महीने से काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ change नहीं हो रहा है, this is not like painting a wall that you do something and suddenly that change will be visible. So the change is a long-term, and therefore the readiness should be for long-term investment. And when I'm talking of investment, I'm talking of your investment of focus, investment of energy, investment of time. Some of the issues, and I think I can divide them very well in two major aspects. One is the attraction, second one is retention, or I have clubbed that with management as well. So in terms of attraction, please understand, define definition of talent for yourself. Do I need stars or do I need solid citizens? My personal experience is don't look for stars everywhere. Look for solid citizens. If there are long-term players with some lower capabilities, you can always keep on giving them inputs, and over the period of time they can develop well. When we think of attracting, please check at my brand as an employer. And something which was discussed earlier about credit ratings, and somebody talked about transparency. And one of the major reasons for not opting for ratings is also the transparency challenges and the balance sheet challenges. I think those things come here as well. Am I a legally compliant organization? Do I follow all those labor requirements which are prescribed under the laws? What are my values? Because the values of owner is very, very important. The way I talk and the way I interact in the society is going to create branding for my organization. And therefore, it is very necessary to work on our own selves. Existing employees, we need to treat them as well, because they are the base brand ambassadors. The way we treat them today will determine the kind of talent we will receive in future. The kind of good governance practices, the kind of great experiences that we give, and the business growth. I am recalling one of the experiences of interviewing chief executive for one of the MSMEs, and the gentleman at the end said that after asking for more details about the growth, he said, I would not be interested in joining your organization, and the reason is that industry is going at X% rate, your business is going at X minus delta. That means something is wrong with the business, and therefore I would like to check 10 other things before I decide whether to join or not. So, I mean, the bottom line and the top line are equally important when we have to create employer brand. Develop a very strong supply line for critical functions. Now, you cannot develop for all functions, so identify one or two critical functions, maybe recruit people at entry levels, develop them, and develop internal supply line. So you could have bench strength, something like that for critical functions. Again, not for all functions, so that can take care of your cost. You could think of partnering with like-minded companies or the companies who are in the similar business from similar region and develop their supply base. A group of companies in some cities, where at least with one such group I am associated with, they have now formed a group to run a campaign across India to talk about that city as to why there is a good what kind of lifestyle this city can offer. The idea is to attract more and more talent. So companies are coming together, they are partnering for talent attraction. And the most important thing is, are we clear what do we need as far as people are concerned? Many a times when a person comes, when he leaves the organization, he gets a feeling that, oh, I was called for X, and the entire discussion was focusing on something else. Again, these candidates are also brand ambassadors for the organization. So they would tell to 10 others. And therefore, please understand about why am I recruiting this person? What is the purpose of that? You know, if you recall Jack Welch, Winning Book, he has beautifully prescribed the need for checking energy and passion in people before recruiting. How do you recruit? I mean, is it necessary that person has to be from that line, or you could just see some of the other capabilities and develop him for that line? So these are some of the aspects which we need to look at when we look at talent attraction. When we talk of talent management, you need to communicate your dream, your vision, your values, your direction for the organization with everyone. Every time you get a chance to travel with your people across and you get a chance, keep on sharing those dreams, keep on sharing those visions and values. Let them get ideas as to how organization is moving. The culture of accountability, many times we expect from our people, but let me tell you, it has to flow from each members of the owner's family. So if they are involved, the accountability has to start from that level. It is also necessary that we don't achieve 100% role clarity. It's not possible. But 100% role ambiguity is also not desirable. So let's have some kind of, let's help people to understand why they are existing in the organization. What do I need? At what stage my organization is? Gone are the days when we can have people who are loyal to the organization forever. So, look at those ground realities. At some stage, let's say I am looking at very high pace of growth, accelerated growth, some new technology has come and I want to achieve certain levels. Nothing wrong in recruiting people who are committed to job, because they would put you on that high track. And okay, after 2 years, 3 years, he goes away. Fair enough, absolutely no issues. Communication of expectations precede performance. Many a times we feel that he's not performing, he's not doing great job. But have I communicated those expectations as to what do I expect from you? Not just these are not written documents I'm talking about. These are day-to-day transactions that we are talking about. Can we develop some program for developing pride for workplace? So, many organizations, large organizations do that, and I think time has come for SMEs also to run some such programs. HR maintenance is a control function, not HR development. Many times I have seen in SMEs a finance person handling HR. And that's where I'm convinced that, okay, I'm looking at HR or I'm looking at people function purely from maintenance function. Aya, gaya, kaam kiya, nahi kiya, overtime, those kind of stuff. People are these days looking for career and not for security. I was talking to head of one of the MNCs, which is a kind of a 15 crore company, so we can equate that as SME. And he said, "Aapke Gujarat mein to ek kamal ka cheez hai." And I said, "What?" He said, "A fellow, even if he doesn't have job, he will easily say, okay, I don't like this and therefore I am resigning." And I would say that at least continue till you get new job. He said, no, it's enough is enough. I can't any longer continue. And therefore he leaves. So I think we need to look at how can we bring innovation in career development. Keep on introspecting about your own self. What are my leadership styles? Are they, imposing a lot of arbitrary judgments, or they are encouraging confrontation? Just last slide. And invest in people development, mentor your people, delegate but don't dump. There is a huge difference. We can talk that during our interactions. Fairness of reward is much more important than reward itself. So your system for deciding compensation becomes much more critical than compensation itself. And therefore, work more on that. Hire and develop few role models or change agents. And lastly, communicate, right? So with that, I think my thoughts are over on this subject. I would welcome questions from the audience once we have all the presentations over. Thank you.